Good morning, student. Welcome in class 10. In class 10 science chemistry, first chapter is chemical reaction and equations. First we have to know what is chemical reaction. Chemical reaction is a process in which some substances combine chemically to form some other substances. For example, rusting of iron, setting of milk into curd, digestion of food, respiration, etc. In a chemical reaction, new substances with new properties are formed. So in a chemical reaction, a chemical change takes place. In chemical reaction, only a rearrangement of atom take place in a chemical take place. No. The substance which take part in a chemical reaction are called reactants, and the new substances produced as a result of chemical reaction are called products. For example, burning of magnesium to form magnesium oxide. 2 Mg plus O2 gives 2 MgO. Okay, here Mg and O2 are reactant while MgO is product, which is new substance, neither shows the property of magnesium nor that of oxygen. MgO has totally different property from magnesium and oxygen. Here one thing which you have to note that before burning the magnesium ribbon, it is necessary to rub it with sandpaper. Why? No. Because when magnesium ribbon is kept in open, a protective layer of basic magnesium carbonate is formed over the surface of magnesium. So before to burn, it is necessary to rub with sandpaper. Now, what are the characteristics of chemical reaction? First one, evolution of gas. For example, you all know when we burn a metal, when we react a metal with dilute acid, we get hydrogen gas. For example, zinc react with sulfuric acid to form zinc sulfate and hydrogen. Second characteristics of chemical reaction is change in color. The chemical reaction between citric acid and purple colored potassium permanganate solution is characterized by a change in color from purple to colorless. Means citric acid change the purple color of potassium permanganate colorless. Similarly, when we pass sulfur dioxide gas through acidified potassium digromate solution, its color changes from orange to green. Third characteristics is change in the state of the substance. Example, when we burn candle wax, we observe the change in state from solid to liquid and gases. Okay. After combustion of candle wax, we get water, carbon dioxide, gas. So that is the third characteristics. You can take another example also. Next one is change in temperature. During a chemical reaction, there must be change in temperature. You also have read difference between physical change and chemical change, where you have read in physical change heat change may or may not take place, but in chemical change heat change must take place. One very common example is reaction between quicklime CaO है ना with water to form slacked lime CaOH whole 2 is characterized by change in color. You have observed when we add quicklime in water, heat is released. Similarly, when zinc metal react with sulfuric acid, there is a change in temperature we observe. Fourth one, formation of precipitate. Okay, when we react barium chloride with sulfuric acid, we get white precipitate of barium sulfate. Similarly, when we react sodium chloride with silver nitrate, we get a white precipitate of silver chloride. Now question is, what is chemical equation? Chemical equation. Chemical equation is the symbolic representation of a chemical reaction by using symbol and formulae of the substances involved in the chemical equation. Representation of a chemical reaction by using symbols and formulae of the different substances involved in it is called chemical equation. For example, A react with B to give C plus D. In this reaction, A and B are reactant and C and D are products. Arrow line shows the direction of reaction. If any conditions we want to write, it is written generally above the arrow. Second example, hydrogen burns in oxygen to form water. Here hydrogen and oxygen are reactant, water is product. So this is the symbolic representation of the chemical reaction between hydrogen and oxygen to form water. So it is chemical equation. H2 plus O2 gives H2O. A chemical equation is a way to represent the chemical reaction in a concise and informative way. Chemical reactions are of two types: balanced chemical equation and unbalanced chemical equation. What is balanced chemical equation? When the number of atoms of each element on either side of a chemical equation are same, it is called balanced chemical equation. For example, zinc react with sulfuric acid H2SO4 to give ZnSO4 plus H2. In this reaction, in reactant side there is one zinc, in product side one zinc. 2 hydrogen in reactant side, 2 hydrogen in product side. 1 sulfur in reactant side, 1 sulfur in product side. 4 oxygen in reactant side, 4 oxygen is toward product side. So this equation is balanced one. Because number of zinc, hydrogen and oxygen and sulfur atoms are equal on both sides. Now questions arises, why is it necessary to balance a chemical equation? So according to law of conservation of mass, we know that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. So to obey the law of conservation of mass, it is necessary to balance a chemical equation. Second is unbalanced chemical equation. If the number of atoms of each element in the reactants is not equal to the number of atom of each element present in the product, then the chemical equation is unbalanced chemical equation. One example here you see, iron react with water to form iron oxide and water. In this reaction, toward reactant side, only one iron atom is present, but toward product side 3 iron atoms are present. In reactant side 2 hydrogen atoms are present, in product side 2 hydrogen atoms are present, but in reactant side 1 oxygen, in product side 4 oxygen. So it is an unbalanced chemical equation. Now, how can we balance chemical equation? To balance a chemical equation, we follow these steps. For example, here you see reaction Fe plus H2O gives Fe3O4 plus H2. First we write the name of atoms. Here atoms are iron, hydrogen, oxygen. Then we write the number of atoms in the reactant. Iron is 1, hydrogen is 2, oxygen is 1. Now we write the number of atoms in the product side. Iron is 3, hydrogen is 2, oxygen is 4. First we balance the atom which is maximum in number on either side of the equation. So you see here, oxygen has maximum number of atom 4 in the product side. So first we have to balance the oxygen by multiplying 4 toward reactant side. Now the number of hydrogen atoms becomes 8 in the reactant side, but in the product side it is only 2. So we multiply the hydrogen atom in the product side by 4. After that, the number of oxygen and hydrogen atoms becomes equal on both sides. Now the number of iron atom 1 on the reactant side while it is 3 on the product side. So to balance it, we multiply the iron on the reactant side by 3. Now the number of atoms of each element becomes equal on both sides. Thus this equation becomes a balanced equation. After balancing, we can write like this, as you are watching here. Okay. So you should practice more and more to balance chemical equation from different sources. Now you see here chemical equation. Iron react with water to form iron oxide and hydrogen. This equation does not give us complete information about the reactions. So questions arise, how can we make a chemical equation more informative? So there are some points which you have to know to make a equation more informative. First we write the symbol of physical state of all the reactants and products, either solid or liquid or gases. We can make equation more informative. Gaseous state is represented by symbol G, liquid state is represented by symbol L, solid state is written by symbol S. Now, if we carry the reaction in aqueous medium, then we write the symbol AQ. Then we write the conditions in which reaction take place. The conditions is generally written above or below the arrow of the chemical equation. Thus, by writing the symbol of the physical state of substance, conditions under which the reaction take place, a chemical reaction can be made more informative. Now, types of chemical reaction. In class 10, we have to read combination reaction, decomposition reaction, displacement reaction, double displacement reaction, neutralization reaction, exothermic reaction, and oxidation reduction reaction, that is redox reaction. Now, types of chemical reaction. Number 1, combination reaction. A reaction in which two or more substances react together to form single substance is called combination reaction. A general example, A plus B gives AB. Example is your C plus O2, CO2, two substances combined to form single substance. Similarly, Mg plus O2 gives MgO. Here magnesium combined with oxygen to form magnesium oxide. Two substances combined to form a single substance. Second one is your decomposition reaction. A reaction in which one compound decomposes into two or more compounds or elements are known as decomposition reaction. A decomposition reaction is opposite of combination reaction. Here you see, a general decomposition reaction, AB upon decomposition gives A plus B. Decomposition reactions are of three types: thermal decomposition, electrolytic decomposition, and photo decomposition reaction. Thermal decomposition reaction take place in the presence of heat. That is, if the decomposition of a substance take place on heating, it is called thermal decomposition. Example, when we heat calcium carbonate, we get calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. Similarly, when we heat ferric hydroxide, we get ferric oxide and water. Here, one substance upon heating decomposes into two substances. So, they are example of thermal decomposition. Second one is your electrolytic decomposition. Decomposition with the help of electricity. Example, water upon electrolysis gives hydrogen and oxygen. The third one is your photo decomposition reaction. When we heat silver chloride in the presence of sunlight, we get silver and chlorine. Here, silver chloride decomposes in the presence of sunlight. So, it is an example of photo decomposition reaction. You have seen photographic paper has a coating of silver chloride. When exposed to sunlight, silver chloride splits into silver and chlorine. Silver has grey color, so photographic paper becomes color. You have second example, you have seen photochrome glass. When we expose to sunlight, it becomes dark because silver chloride present on the glass decomposes into silver and chlorine. Silver has grey color which appears on the glass. Third one is your displacement reaction. In this reaction, more reactive element displaces a less reactive element from a compound. It is also called substitution reaction or replacement reaction. Here is a general example. A plus BC gives AC plus B. In this reaction, A displaces B to form AC plus B. है ना? Here A is more reactive than B because only more reactive element can displace less reactive element. Here you see example now. Zinc react with HCl to form zinc chloride and hydrogen. Here zinc displaces hydrogen to form zinc chloride. Means zinc is more reactive than hydrogen. Second example is your zinc plus copper sulfate gives zinc sulfate plus copper. Here zinc is more reactive than copper, so zinc displaces copper from copper sulfate solution. Next one is your double displacement reaction. In double displacement reaction, exchange of species take place between the two reactants to form new compounds. Here a general example, AB plus CD gives AC plus BD. Example, another example of double displacement, all neutralization reaction and all precipitation reaction are example of double displacement reaction. Once again, all neutralization reaction and all precipitation reactions are example of double displacement reaction. Here you see barium chloride react with sodium sulfate to form barium sulfate precipitate and sodium chloride aqueous. So this is an example of displacement reaction. Precipitation reaction. Second one, NaOH plus HCl gives NaCl plus H2O. है ना? This one is neutralization reaction. So precipitation reaction, all precipitation reaction and all neutralization reactions are example of double displacement reaction. Next one is your oxidation and reduction reaction. What is oxidation? Listen. Addition of oxygen or other electronegative element species or electronegative non-metallic species or removal of hydrogen or other electropositive species or metallic species from a compound is known as oxidation. Reduction, just reverse, addition of hydrogen or other electropositive element or metallic element or removal of oxygen or other non-metallic element or electronegative element from a compound is called reduction reaction. Now, one thing here you should remember, oxidation and reduction never take place separately. They always take place simultaneously. If in a chemical reaction oxidation take place, there must be reduction. If in a chemical reaction reduction take place, there must be oxidation. So oxidation and reduction always take place together, and the reaction is called redox reaction. Now, oxidizing agent, a substance which oxidizes other substance by reducing itself. Once again, a substance which oxidizes other substance by reducing itself is called oxidizing agent. In another way, you can say the substance which gives oxygen for oxidation is called oxidizing agent, or substance which removes hydrogen is called oxidizing agent. Second one, reducing agent. A substance which reduces other substance by oxidizing itself is called reducing agent. Once again, a substance which reduces other substance by oxidizing itself is called reducing agent. Another definition, the substance which gives hydrogen for reduction is called reducing agent, and the substance which remove oxygen is also called reducing agent. Simply you should know, in a chemical equation, a substance which is oxidized act as a reducing agent, and a substance which is reduced act as an oxidizing agent. Here you see in example, CuO plus H2 gives Cu plus H2O. In this reaction, copper oxide form copper by losing oxygen, so copper oxide is reduced into copper. Copper oxide is reduced, so copper oxide is oxidizing agent. Hydrogen gains oxygen to form water, so here hydrogen is oxidized, so hydrogen is a reducing agent. Once again, the substance which get oxidized act as oxidizing agent, which get oxidized act as a reducing agent, and the substance which get reduced act as an oxidizing agent. Now, as we know, during a chemical reaction, heat change take place. Heat change take place means either heat is absorbed or heat is released. So, on the basis of change in heat, chemical reactions are classified into two groups: exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction, a reaction which produces energy, and which produces, example, respiration, in which glucose burns in oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water, and release energy. So respiration is an exothermic reaction. Also an example of decomposition reaction. Similarly, when we add quicklime in water, water gets heated, means energy is released. So it is also an example of exothermic reaction. When we burn carbon in oxygen, we get carbon dioxide and heat. It is also an example of exothermic reaction. So any reaction in which heat energy is released is called exothermic reaction. Second one is your endothermic reaction. A chemical reaction in which heat energy is absorbed is called endothermic reaction. For example, decomposition of limestone, that is calcium carbonate. When we heat calcium carbonate, we get calcium oxide and CO2 gas. So calcium carbonate absorb heat to form calcium oxide and CO2 gas. Another example in physical change, evaporation of water is endothermic.